you. This morning, Perplexity is announcing its publishers program, which will grant its partners revenue sharing and access to artificial intelligence and their company's API. The partners this morning include Time, Fortune, Entrepreneur, and the Texas Tribune. Joining us right now, first on CNBC is Arvond. He's the co-founder and CEO of Perplexity, and we're thrilled to have you on this day. There have been so many questions about copyright and IP issues as it relates to not just Perplexity, but AI across the board and how people train on these things. This is the first of a kind deal for you. How did you get there, and how long has this been in the making?
Yeah, nice to be here again, Andrew, and thank you for having me here. So from the beginning, we've always realized that in order to succeed as a product, to be able to answer people's questions about a wide array of topics, we need to be able to use high-quality sources of information. And that requires us to work together with the right publishing partners and have a thriving ecosystem of journalism. And even before any of the criticism we've got, we've been planning to work with publishers on a revenue-sharing deal, and we're very excited to bring it to the world today with great partners like Time, Der Spiegel.
There's a lot of folks trying to
WordPress. And
Arvond, I don't know
I believe
you
that,
can hear me. We're actually having technical difficulties more on our side, I think, than even on your side. But to the extent you can hear me, can you explain how the revenue sharing deal works, how much money is given to the publishers, and how you're able to, I don't know if there's a tokenization to figure out, what's being inferred or what's being used to train on?
Yeah, first of all, we're not licensing any content. This is not the kind of deal where we're taking the content alone and just paying for it. Instead, we're establishing a very new relationship where any advertising revenue that we will make on a query, where our publishing partners are going to be the sources of information, we will share the revenue per query with our partners. And it's a usage-based revenue sharing program, which as we scale, would be a lot more sustainable way to work together with our publishing partners.
And is your sense that people are using your service and ultimately linking back to information on other sites? That used to obviously what we call the the blue link economy for a very long time, created that kind of revenue opportunity for sites to either get advertising when people landed on their page or to create subscriptions or the like. There's been a bigger concern that if people actually go to your site, for example, simply for the answer and never go back, that creates the conundrum.
Yeah, first of all, Google has never actually shared any advertising revenue with any of the publishing partners, so it's very different from how the 10 blue link economy was set up, where 10 blue link economy is all about just how much referral traffic you get. Instead, what we're saying here is that we're going to be introducing advertising products on our platform, where after a query, you would have a bunch of sponsored questions. And if we make an advertising revenue on each of those questions, we will share the revenue source with the publishers that were part of the original answer. Now, we're also, in addition to doing this, we're also helping publishers build their own answer engines on their sites using our technology, our APIs. So we don't just want this technology to benefit us, whatever we're building. We also want, basically anybody, anywhere on the internet should be able to use our technology to ask anything they wanted and get a really good, accurate answer.
Arvond, as you know, there's been a lot of controversy, which I just want to read you something. This is from the editor of Forbes magazine, Randall Lane, who was writing about what he thought of you. Effectively, the allegation was stealing their articles. This is what he wrote. He said, Perplexity generated more readers from the one Schmidt story. This was a story about Eric Schmidt. It plagiarized from Forbes than it sent to Forbes from any and every post for the entire month of May. In AI nowadays, that trade gets you $1 billion valuation. I'm an AI bull, but in the hands of the likes of you, who has a reputation as being great at the PhD tech stuff and less than great at the basic human stuff, amorality poses existential risk. How do you respond to that?
And firstly, thank you for asking me this. Look, from the beginning, we've been the first AI chatbot that's always attributed to sources. And we're very proud that others are following our example here. So every other chatbot is also beginning to cite sources of information. And that comes from my academic background, my PhD background, where one thing that PhD has is you're always having to attribute to the previous peer-reviewed papers when you write a new paper. and that has flowed into the Perplexity product. And we've always taken feedback seriously from anybody, including our publishing partners. And so anytime we've managed to like listen to that, the product is always improved. And in this particular case, like attributing to sources even more prominently than what we do, not just showing the sources at the bottom or the sources panel at the top, but also having the sources as part of the body of the text, calling out the names of the journals of the outlets. We've done a lot of these things to improve our product.
But in this case, you may have fixed it now, but are you acknowledging there was a mistake before, and should they be paid for that mistake?
Well, I think that the specific issue is not something that I'm going to get into details of, but what I'm broadly pointing out to is that the sources are always being highlighted all the time, and we can only do better going forward, not worse. And the part of like getting to this whole publisher program is that like we don't want to set an example of like just licensing content here. Rather, we want to be able to create a sustainable way to like, share our revenue with all the partners we work with.
Hey, Arvond, quick question. Just on the news this morning, Time, Fortune, and the others that you're partnering with, did they have to sign agreements that they're not going to sue you for any past issues where they think you ripped off their stuff?
Okay, look, I think the specific publishing program is more about like the advertising revenue sharing, and it's less about like the specifics of like how we can use the content and so on. Again, like we are only a aggregator of information. We're not actually trying to train on any of their data. So there isn't any discussion about like who owns the content or like whether we license anything or something like that. It's about like making sure our users have highly accurate sources of information, which is important enough to ensure that like the quality of the service is high. The idea that we want to go back into walled gardens and have like information hidden in the internet is terrible for like democratizing access to knowledge for people.